Hello, welcome to video-based training program. Today topic is Volvo FMX truck daily maintenance service checkpoint. In this video, you can learn more about what are all the checkpoints needed to check during Volvo FMX truck daily maintenance service. Before starting the daily maintenance checkpoint on Volvo FMX truck, start interview and collect the feedback with specific truck driver as a technician to note if there are any specific issues with the vehicle. Are there any issues during vehicle operation? Are there any abnormal noises during operation? Are there any intermittent issues? If drivers say yes, focus on the specific point. Check there are any pop-up messages in the instrument cluster, like low engine oil pressure or maintenance-related messages, and check with driver on appearance of regeneration symbol in instrument cluster. Check levels of engine oil, gearbox oil, coolant level, hydraulic oil. During checking the engine oil level, keep it in mind the point. Vehicle should be on plain surface. Engine should be in off condition. Leave the vehicle in off condition for some time so that the oil will come down to the sump. Please note the point the oil level must under no circumstances drop below the lower mark on the oil dipstick. The level must not exceed the upper mark on the oil dipstick. Check that the oil level is within the upper half of the dipstick's marks for max and min. During checking the gearbox oil level, check the gearbox oil level is between the minimum and maximum level on the gearbox's transparent level plug. During checking the coolant level, the coolant level must be between the min and max markings on the expansion tank when the engine is cold. Use only brand-approved concentrated coolant, which contains special corrosion inhibitors and is adapted to the engines. Mixing with other types of concentrated coolant will result in inferior anti-corrosive properties and damage to the engine. During checking the hydraulic oil level for superstructure, the vehicle should be parked on plain ground. The ignition should be off. The body should be in the lowered position. The PTO switch should be off. Check the oil level through the glass mounted on the tank. Top up if the oil level is below the minimum level. Check for proper greasing at greasing points in case the vehicle is not equipped with the CLS system. If vehicles fitted with CLS system, please check the quantity of grease available in CLS pump tank and its functioning. While inspecting the CLS system, please check the point. Check for availability of sufficient grease in the reservoir. Check for grease availability at all the greasing points. Check the condition of the grease hoses. Check for the availability and functioning of grease nipples. Drain the residue water from Raycor filter and air tanks. Raycor filter check for any residues or water content through the visible glass. If any water residues found, drain using the bottom screw. Pull the air tank valve rings in order to drain the condensated water in the air tanks. Availability of heat shields on silencer and exhaust pipe. Check for the availability and damages of heat shields. If found any damages on shield, repair or replace with the needed parts. Check for any rubbing marks on exhaust pipe near second axle tire. Check whether there's enough clearance between the exhaust pipe and second axle tire. If you notice any such rubbing marks, understand the site conditions and take necessary action to improve the same. Check for any deposits like coal, dust, mud on exhaust pipes and silencer, particularly at pipe joints and areas not having heat shield. Clean on regular basis. Check the condition of the sheet metal in the exhaust pipe and silencer. Check the mountings of silencer and exhaust pipe for any deposits. Check for exhaust leakage round the silencer and exhaust flexible pipes. Check condition for hub cover and differential oil leakages from hub cover. If observe any leakage, please take immediate action. Check tightness for boogie crossmember bolts. Check and remove mud on air tank, fuel tank, and battery casing. Check battery terminals, remove mud, dirt sticking around the pole area. Check that the battery cable terminals, ground points are not corroded or damaged. Poor contact causes unnecessary voltage drop. Check the battery terminals' cleanliness and tightness. If necessary, clean the battery terminals and terminal clamps. Apply petroleum jelly or Vaseline on battery terminal when fixing back clamps. Never apply grease on terminals, cable, and clamps. Check power steering tank oil level, steering hose condition, and leakage. Check for leaf spring breakage, U-bolts condition, shock absorber condition. Check the springs for broken or spread leaves, which could indicate that the center bolt is broken. Visually check the attachment of the U-bolts. Loose U-bolts are indicated when the spring package is not completely pressed together or the spring package has moved on the axle by the anchorage. In the event of suspicion of loose clamps, replace the clamps and tighten to nominal value for the respective joint. Check the shock absorber rubber bushings. Check that the shock absorber attachments are secure. Check that the shock absorber brackets are in good condition. Check if there is any oil leakage from the shock absorbers and make a note if there is. Check for any air leakage in the pneumatic system. Visually inspection of link rod, whether the link rod is undamaged and there are no bends or cracks. Clean cabin filter during daily service. Check the superstructure for any cracks near weld joints on subframe load body and cross members. Check for cracks near stress concentration areas. Check the clearance between trunnion pin and bush with feeler gauge. If the clearance exceeds 1.5 mm, replace with new bush. Hope we understand you enjoyed the video based training on Volvo FMX truck daily maintenance checkpoint. For more information, please contact our Volvo authorized dealership. Thanks for watching this video.